Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we are going to be talking about the NBA slate on PrizePicks and Underdog for May 28th, Taco Tuesday. We've got 4 plays on PrizePicks, 4 plays on Underdog. They're a little bit different today, though, so you're going to have to pay close attention when you're locking these in if you're going on multiple platforms. And if you haven't signed up for PrizePicks or Underdog yet, use the promo code at the bottom of the screen for PrizePicks. They're going to match your first deposit up to $100. And then for Underdog, just use promo code BACKDOOR. They're going to give you a deposit match up to $250 and an instant pick'em special, which is going to be a discounted play. They have some discounted plays on the board already. You'll have an extra one that you can throw into some lineups and help you cash. Those go a long way because they're still going to increase your multiplier, but it's pretty much a free play you'll have to throw in your slip just for signing up. There's a link in the description for both of those. So let's talk about the plays we're going to be getting into today. On PrizePicks, I'm taking Naz Reid over 17.5 PRA and PJ Washington over 19.5 points and rebounds. Underdog, these are a lot more bumped up. So I pivoted for Underdog. I'm going Jaden Hardy over 5 points and Kyle Anderson. Looks like he got bumped too. I'm still going to take this at 5.5. It was at 4.5 earlier. That's how quickly these move on us. But I'm going to take it for now, and I'll let you guys know if we want to pivot into something else. Actually, I'm just going to. I'll keep looking. I might take his PRA at 10.5 instead of the points. Yeah, I think I am. I'm just going to make that decision now. So pivoting to Kyle Anderson, 10.5 PRA instead of just his points, because I don't like that extra point bump when the value hasn't adjusted to his PRA yet. It might, so you'll have to bear with us. It's going to be a little bit shaky because these lines are going to change on us. Anyways, yeah, those are the 2 I'm rolling with for Underdog and PrizePicks. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, so I'm going to be going with Daniel Gafford for over 10.5 points. And then this is on both apps. So I'm getting the same lines. And I'm taking Mike Conley for over 20 PRA on PrizePicks. It's at 20.5 on Underdog. I still like that. But 20, just gives us a little bit of security in case he pushes. But I still like it on both apps at 20 and 20.5. So.
All right. Well, the Celtics were not the only ones who got the sweep yesterday. Pretty proud of that line there. Clearly used it twice.
Yeah, we've had to refilm this a couple times.
Yeah, I did that same joke in the first one too. It was that fire. Had to bring it back. No, but yeah, we got the sweep on PrizePicks. It felt great, especially on a day where some of these lines, a lot of the other slips I was getting into they were close. They were not cashing though. And then I was like, sweet, at least our video picks got the sweep. We didn't get the sweep on Underdog, unfortunately. Derek White just barely missed. Jordy's play was 25.5 PRA. He did everything on defense, and but yeah, he only went for 24 PRA. And the only reason I'm kind of getting into that a little bit is because we'll just quickly get through this and keep rolling. But I had this as a flex play on Underdog, and I went back and checked, and I absolutely did not take Jason Tatum's under, but I must have pressed the wrong button because it's showing that I went 2 and 2 instead of 3 and 1. I accidentally took his under before I locked my slip in. So be careful, pay close attention to what you press, and double check your slips before you lock them in. Don't make the same mistake I did, because I made nothing off of that instead of at least getting some of my money back. But yeah, Andrew Nembhard, we cashed on PrizePicks. I took Andrew Nembhard over 26.5 PRA and Jason Tatum over 45.5 PRA. Nembhard just showed up and balled exactly like we were saying he would. Looked great. And if you guys got a chance to see, he dropped a couple of those nasty step backs when he was heavily defended, like I was talking about. I believe he had one where Horford was just right up on him, and he still got the arc just right. That dude, Nembhard's just really showing out. It's been awesome to see. But yeah, we cashed. You want to talk about your plays real quick, bro?
Yeah. So we took Aaron Nesmith. This one was a little bit scary because he got in a little bit of foul trouble, and he was like coming back into the game, and he only needed like 3 fantasy score, but he ended up having a really, really good game for his standards. He hit the fantasy score. He went for 25.7. He went over the 22 mark we took him at, so not a crazy game from him, but he played well enough. And then Derek White, man, oh my God. I mean, he went nuts. He had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, but he had 3 block shots and 4 steals. So the fantasy score, we took it for over 33, and he went for 50.8. So we've been taking Derek White's fantasy score like all year long for that reason. So I mean, it just paid off in that that last game for us. So that was nice.
Yeah, man. Anyone who can get you good like defensive efforts without getting into foul trouble is a candidate for fantasy score.
Yeah.
If you put that in perspective, he had 7 total. So Derek White's blocks and steals alone got him 21 fantasy score yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's why you hear us talking so hard about the defensive upside of taking the fantasy score sometimes, why we love getting into it.
Yeah. Also, excuse my lights. I don't know. They're doing their own thing today. One of them's like barely going up and doing different colors, and the other one's just flashing in like all new colors. So no idea what's going on behind me. I guess it's fireworks for getting the sweep. Yeah. So
yeah, they're celebrating back there.
Yeah.
All right. So let's keep it rolling. Now, I think I did mention it up top, but we're going to run it back, guys. We're going to just make this a regular thing. If you can get this video over 200 likes, we will give away a 30-day subscription to our premium Discord. We've been cashing regularly in the Discord. I don't even feel like I need to like try to sell you on the Discord. I think once you try it, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I get what they've been talking about. It's a fun environment. The vibes are great. We've got 2 extra analysts in there, and we're running plays around the clock. It's become like the esports plays have just gone through the roof. Like it's the entire community's in there every single night now. I haven't jumped in yet. I jump in here and there, but I've been just trying to clean things up. Got my Picket account and stuff, and I want to just like get a little bit cleaner. Although I've had a couple of down days, not terrible days, but days where I'm breaking even or just going a little bit under. So being a little bit more conservative, but I mean, we cover soccer, NHL, like baseball, esports, all that stuff in the Discord. So if you guys want to take a chance at a month for free, just make sure you like the video, get it over 200 likes. We had like 1,800 views on yesterday's video. So even with a shorter window of time here, I think if you guys just click that like button, takes you a split second, you can potentially get a 30-day free subscription to our Discord. And this Thursday, we're going to be dropping the winner for the backyard cookout video over on the We Got Gravy channel when we did that collaboration with the food channel. So it's not too late. If you go over there and you subscribe to We Got Gravy, like the cookout video and leave a comment on the cookout video, we're going to pick a winner to get 6 months to our Discord for free. And it's not like, the collaboration we did with that channel is partially, helping them grow. So that being said, there's not as many people on there as there is on here. So you have way higher odds of hitting on that video than you do on this video. So, hit the like button on this video, go over there and meet the criteria for that video. And you have a really, much higher chance of getting some free Discord and come hang with us. So take advantage of that. The video will be linked at the end of this video if you guys are interested in doing that. So let's get into these plays. All right, I'm going to get it started with Naz Reid. Let's talk about this over under real quick. So we have a 211 over under, Dallas favored by 2. Oof, it's going to be an interesting one. Minnesota's going to have to show up. Obviously, they're going to have to play better than they played all series. Dallas is 1 win away from the finals. I'm not going to lie. I think Mavericks, Celtics, with the way the Mavericks have been playing lately, that would be just an awesome finals. And at least one of these 2 teams who hasn't won a chip in a minute is going to be crowned. And I guess that's the same case with the Wolves, but the Wolves have a really difficult path ahead to get to the finals. So we'll see. I'm not saying that it can't be done. Anything can happen, but we'll see how this plays out. All right. So last thing before we break these plays down, don't forget, if you guys use promo code BACKDOOR with dgfantasy.com, you get 25% off of any of their tools. The DFS Optimizer is our favorite. It's just a really killer tool. This is what we use to search out plays, to vet plays. It's awesome. We love everything they're doing over at DG Fantasy. The AI slip generator now has a direct link with PrizePicks where it creates, it uses their AI to create a 6-man slip. It looks for discrepancies. It looks for any sort of edge statistically and, just weighing out the odds, doing all the work for you. And then it quickly puts that into a 6-man slip. It uses correlation. It uses everything. And then all you have to do on the AI slip generator is press the PrizePicks button and it auto populates your slip for you. So really awesome. You can get 25% off of any of those tools for as long as you decide to sign up for the first time around. So that 25% off will last 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, however long you want to commit to your subscription. You can save that 25% off in the long run, which really stacks up. So take advantage of that. dgfantasy.com, code backdoor, and you're good to go. All right, Naz Reid. All right, so Naz has gone over this 4 out of his last 5 games. We're getting it at 17.5. If we take a look at the matchup, if he's playing the center position, it's nothing to be scared of, really. And now we've got, I don't know, let's take a look, actually. Derek Lively. Any updates? Yeah, he's out. That's so sad, man. That kid was just balling. That's a really bummer time to go out. Hopefully it's just nothing more than just a little bit of a concussion. They don't have any notes on here yet. But anyways, Naz Reid, center position. If he plays the 5, 20th in points allowed, 25th in rebounds allowed. I'm sorry, that's overall. 12th in points allowed, 13th in rebounds allowed, 11th in assists allowed. So middle of the road matchup. If he goes out and plays the 4 position, which we see him do a lot, 22nd in points allowed. So a little bit more generous. 15th in rebounds allowed, 19th in assists allowed. Actually, relatively significantly better matchup at the power forward position versus the center position. But we know he's going to probably play a little bit of both. Averaging 25.7 minutes per game, just 1.6 fouls. This guy got 6th man of the year for a reason. He's awesome. He's what every team wishes they had. And he took that team friendly deal. He could be a starter somewhere, no problem. Probably one of the best in the league too. 51% from the field, 10.2 attempts, and 43% from 3. He's been shooting a decent amount of threes too, 5.6 attempts per game. And over the last 3, that's up a little bit. He had that one game on the 24th where he shot 9 3-pointers and shot 78%, made 7 of them. It was an incredible performance. Averaging 8.2 rebound chances a game over the last 5 and 3.2 potential assists. So feeling great about this matchup. If we hop on the optimizer here, let's see. Just put up Naz here real quick. They have his PRA as the best play on PrizePicks for Naz, 52.18% odds to hit the over, -128. Everyone that has this, actually, some people have this all the way down. DraftKings has this at a 50-50 shot. They're not as confident, so keep that in mind, But then when you got Caesars all the way up at a -151, DG likes it. Like I said, they think that other than the rebounds combo, if you wanted to jump into that, the optimizer is saying that Daniel Gafford, Naz Reid rebounds combo at 11 is they love that play on the optimizer. So go with your gut. So PJ Washington, we're taking his points and rebounds at 19.5. He's gone over this 6 out of his last 10 games. And when we look at the head-to-head, he's gone over it 2 out of his last 3. Most recent game, he went for 16 points, 8 rebounds. So he cleared that by a reasonable amount there. He's averaging, let's see, over the last 5, averaging 37.1 minutes per game, 3.2 fouls. We know that he's been just a huge part of what they're doing in Dallas ever since the trade. Just getting his minutes right out of the gate. In this series, he's been knocking on the door of 40 minutes a game pretty regularly. Over the last 5, 37.1. But in that last game, he went for 40 minutes, 37.8, and then 40 minutes again. Shooting 41% from the field and hasn't been shooting as much as he typically does. 10 attempts a game in this series, but we know that he can go for a little bit more than that sometimes. But shooting 41% from the field, 3.8 field goals made per game, and shooting 27% from 3 on 6 attempts. We know that he's a better 3-point shooter than that too. So that's relatively low. He could get hot any minute now. Getting to the line, not that often. 86% though is what he's shooting. And then 12 rebound chances per game. Dude's been pulling down his rebounds pretty well. And in this series, he's been averaging 13 rebound chances per game. So collectively, I'm feeling good about him being able to go over this line. And then if we take a look at the matchup, it's tight, obviously. The Wolves are good on defense, third in points allowed, second in rebounds allowed, but he's been able to get those rebounds done, 5 or more in the last 5 games. And yeah, I'm feeling good about him going over this line at just 19.5. And if we take a look at, let's see, DG, they have this favor to go over. They kind of have it at a 50-50 shot, 50.55% odds to hit the over, minus 119. We got some minus 125s and a minus 140 even. But yeah, this one isn't heavily juiced, but I feel good about it, especially with Derek Lively out. I know Powell will be getting more minutes because of that, but I don't think that Powell, I'm not a fan of Powell personally. But I think Washington will have an opportunity to grab some of those vacated boards because Derek Lively was getting like 10, 11 boards a game during this series. So feeling good about this going over. All right, let's talk about Underdog real quick. So we're taking Jaden Ivey points here. What do we got it at? 5 points is what they're giving it to us. I'm feeling comfortable. These last 2 games, he's really been popping off. He's gone over this line. Well, he's gone for 5 or more, 3 out of his last 5 games. But if you guys have been watching, he's been getting more aggressive every game. Last 2 games, he went for 8 points and 7 points. Let's see his minutes. He doesn't need a whole lot of time. When he's on the floor, he's there to go in and try to score. Like you guys have probably seen, he's been assisting the ball pretty decently too. But just 1.6 fouls, not really relevant because he's not getting enough minutes to get into foul trouble. But yeah, let's see. Shooting 38% from the field on 4.8 attempts. These are just going to be little like driving to the paint and either dishing it out or putting up a shot and grabbing a bucket here and there. So yeah, I took seven shots in that game on the 24th and shot 43%, made 3 shots, and then 4 attempts, shooting 50% in that last game. And let's see, from 3, yeah. So he's again, he's not being super active, but this line is so low, it's just 5 points. So I think he's going to get it done. If you guys have been watching those last 2 games, he's really been a lot more active on just scoring the ball. And then let's talk about Kyle Anderson real quick. We were going to take his points, but it got bumped. So let's look at his PRA. So his PRA is a EV plus play on Outlier. You can see he's cleared this in 3 straight games. He's capable of rebounding. He didn't get any rebounds in that last game, and he still cleared this line at 10.5. He went for 10 points and 3 assists. Game before that, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and then 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. So he's been a lot more active during this series, and they've been having him attack the basket as well. Averaging just 14 minutes a game, but we've seen that bumped up. That's over his last 5. During this series, it's 17 and higher, so he's probably averaging about 18 minutes a game. And let's see, over the last 5, 4.7 rebound chances per game, 4.6 potential assists. But on the potential assists, he's got back-to-back games with 6. So all that together, you get where I'm going here. I'm feeling really good about him being able to clear this line at 10.5. Go with your gut if you don't like this play, if there's something else you'd rather take, but this is like kind of a low-hanging fruit that I'm going to take advantage of on Underdog because a lot of the starters and the studs, all their lines are pretty heavily inflated right now, but I don't really want to take the under. So we got 16th in points allowed, 21st in rebounds allowed, 23rd in assists allowed. So pretty juicy matchup for him. Feeling good about that. And if we take a look at these lines, Kyle Anderson, you can see when the points were at 4.5, it was the best on the board. I'll just update it real quick. So yeah, they do have his PRA as the top play on Underdog right now for Kyle Anderson. 52.75% odds to hit the over, minus 133. We have all the way up to a minus 141, but everyone's got this favored to go over. And then, okay, so yeah, they do have Jaden Hardy's points favored to go over still, even at the 5 mark. Just a 50-50 shot, so go with your gut. But we are getting it at 5 on PrizePicks. Some have it at 4.5, some have it at 5.5. So we're still not, we're still a push. I'm sorry, PrizePicks, Underdog. We're still a push if it hits 5, but I think he's probably going to go for 6 or 7. But if there's any of these you don't like, just fade them. If you guys do want to check out Outlier, there's a link in the description of the video. You can just try it out for free for 7 days. They're hooking up all of our viewers. That's this app that I'm on here right now. All right, sorry for the sort of clunky performance there. I'm going to pass it over to Jordy.
It's all good, man. So yeah, I'm going to be going with Daniel Gafford's points and Mike Conley's PRA. So let me get into this here. Daniel Gafford, this is one that I'm probably going to go over on chalkboard and bump up to like 11.5 or 12.5 because I think he's going to have a pretty big game here. There's no Derek Lively, which is why I'm on this play. So yeah, if you guys want to check out chalkboard, man, it's a lot of fun. It's probably, in my opinion, one of the best daily fantasy apps there is because there's just so many diverse lines out there. Like I could probably go over there and take Gafford for like the first bucket of the game, and it would be like a 8x or something crazy like that. So if you guys want like insane lines like that, or the ability to like move your own lines, like I could take Gafford and bump him down to 8.5 or put him up at 12.5, and I would get a lower multiplier if I go down or higher if I go up. So it's a lot of fun. If you guys want to check that out, there's a link in the description. If you use code backdoor at checkout, they'll match your first deposit up to $100 as well. So go check them out for sure. So let's start with Gafford here. I love his points at 10.5 here with, no Lively. Obviously, they're probably going to play Powell some. I expect Gafford to at least get 30 minutes, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Powell's just not anywhere near the caliber player that either of these guys are, Lively or Gafford. So I think they'll sprinkle him in just to give Gafford some rest, obviously. But I think Gafford's going to play a majority of this game. So I expect him to crush this 10.5 line, because if you look at this is with Lively in, and he's still like either gone for 10 or more in almost every single game here over the last 20 games, except for some of these outlier games here, obviously, where he was getting like 9-10 minutes. But that's how good Lively's been. Like, Lively's been amazing. So they've been using him more. But yeah, if you look at the last game, man, he struggled so bad. He cooked all my slips. I don't think he expected, what happened to happen, and he was just already having a pretty rough performance before Lively went out. So he ended the game with 5 points on 28 minutes. I don't think that's going to happen again. The game before that, he went for 16 points on 21 minutes, and the rest of the games he's gone for about 10 on 20 minutes or 18 minutes. So I think he'll crush this line tonight, honestly. I think he'll be able to just kind of like settle in and, get into his game here. But outside of this one terrible performance here, on 21 minutes, he went for 10 points, and on 21 minutes, he went for 16 points. So I think he'll hit this line no problem tonight. Another line I do like of his a lot is his free throws made on PrizePicks at 1.5. I think this is a silly line. I think if he's going to be getting the full minutes here, I think that line could easily be hit by him. So take whatever one you want there. I'm going to be playing a little bit of both, but I like the points just a little bit more for like the whole game purposes. I think he'll just have probably an easier time getting the points, but I do like the free throws because he could get fouled in the first quarter and hit those no problem. So yeah, so that's it for Gafford. If you want to look at this on Daily Grind, they have his points juice to go over to 52.65% chance and a -130 for over 10.5. So feeling really good about his points there. That's on Underdog and PrizePicks, so getting that same line there. Moving on to Mike Conley here. His PRA, he's been crushing this. He's gone over this 14 of his last 20 games, even throughout all these tough playoff matches. He went over it 4 straight times against Denver in that heated series, and he's gone over this in 2 out of the last 3 games here. So he's missed it once in that first game, and he's been killing it with the points. His rebounding and assisting has been a little low, so even if he gets that up tonight to usually he's going for about 10 rebounds and assists a game, but over the last couple games he's been struggling. He went for 10 in game 2. Game 3 he struggled. He went for 5 rebounds and assists, but he went for 16 points, so he still crushed this line. The game before that, where he went for 10 rebounds and assists, he went for 18 points, crushed it. The first game he struggled. He had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. But that's kind of the upside you're getting with Mike Conley, is he can do everything. So I like the full PRA here. He's getting 8 potential assists per game, 4.8 rebound chances a game. He's playing a solid 30 minutes. He doesn't play a lot of the third quarter. He plays a lot in the first half. They kind of rest him throughout the third quarter quite a bit, and then he plays almost the entire fourth quarter. So, that's kind of like what I realized with him. So if this play scares you a little bit, then I understand you don't have to go with it, but I think the PRA is a smash play. I mean, he's been going over this like crazy. Great matchup for him. 20th in points, 25th in rebounds, 22nd in assists. So he's got a great matchup ahead of him here. The PRA is used to go over on Daily Grind at a 52.24% chance and a -128. That's pretty much across the board at the 20 line at 20.5, which is what we're getting it on Underdog. They're favoring it to go just a little bit under, but I still like it. I think he'll hit that line no problem if he gets it going with the rebounding and assisting. So that's my consensus on these two plays. And yeah, that's going to do it for me.
All right, guys, that's the 4 we're rolling with on each platform. If you want to come check out our Discord, there's a link in the description. Just go through the Patreon link. We've been having a really killer time in here. If nothing else, definitely get those likes up to 200. Get a chance to just come check this out for 30 days for free, and go check out the We Got Gravy page and become a part of that raffle we're going to be doing over there. That drops Thursday, but the video is already out, so you can go become eligible. But we had a really great time. If you decide to sign up through Patreon, just make sure you go into the Patreon settings. If you're having trouble getting in to Discord, make sure your settings are set to connect your Discord to your Patreon so it can actually unlock the Discord for you. But that pretty much covers everything. We hope you guys have a great Taco Tuesday. Enjoy this game, and we're about to see if the Wolves can hang on for one more game. But have fun tonight, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.